Alright, so I was lost in the sauce, but now I'm found. What's good, everybody? It's the Sauce God here, bringing you motherfucking review of chapter 879. That's good, man. This chapter was lit. I know I ain't been posting in a while because I've been busy like always. I'm a grown ass man, gotta go do shit. But anyway, the chapter was late yesterday, but we got it early this morning, and I must say that shit was pretty damn lit. Pretty damn lit, straight up. So let me go ahead and start off. Cover page. Cover page was pretty damn funny to me because last cover story, Sai was introducing Baby Five to his ex fiance now, and she pretty much bited his ass. Goddamn Sai out here getting bited by traps and shit, but it is what it is. So we're gonna start off where Pedro just died and the rest of the crew are like crying and shit. But my boy, the first son of the sea, motherfucking Jinbei, he comes in with the most. Jinbei has the best lines ever. Like he always say some G shit, straight up. Like these niggas are crying and shit. And Jinbei say the only one who should be crying is our enemies, straight up. And I hate how they was trying to justify it. It was like, but you only knew Pedro for this short amount of time. Jimmy said, nigga, that none of that shit don't matter, nigga. We still in a Yonko territory. Did you not just see what his sacrifice got us? Like we still in Big Mom's territory. Like we ain't got time to be crying. Straight up, we ain't got no time for none of that shit. So goddamn, cut that shit out right now. First, we gonna get out of this territory. Then you can mourn. Straight up. Because if we get caught right now, Pedro's sacrifice was useless. It was in vain. Straight up. Motherfucking Jinbei, first son of the sea, my motherfucking nigga. 5,000 tiles guaranteed to catch a body. Straight up. But anyway, so I had got hyped for a moment. I got real hyped for a moment when they showed Big Mom and she was walking on the water. I was about to say, bro, how are they gonna stop this woman? How are they gonna stop this woman? Straight up, how are they gonna stop this woman? But then it was revealed there was actually PeroSpero's candy that was like making like maybe how do I say this? Like making a sheet of candy that's floating on top of the water that Big Mom is walking on. But even though Big Mom was not walking on water, that just means PeroSpero is the MVP of the Big Mom Pirates. Straight up MVP. Cause think about it, man. All the shit he did in the wedding, all the shit he did when they was in Big Father and they was getting away, to when he was on the ship fodderizing Brooke and Chopper. Then this nigga took a bomb to the face. Took a straight bomb point blank, lost an arm and everything. But he just made a candy arm and he's still going to get these niggas. You know what I'm saying? He's making a fucking walkway for Big Mom to walk across the ocean. This nigga is the MVP. Straight up, PeroSpero. Like at first, no lie, I didn't like PeroSpero. I didn't because he's always on that sus shit, always licking and all that shit. I didn't like him. Didn't like him at all. But this just goes to show you just how strong a Yonko's crew is because he been holding his weight. He been doing numbers. They say in the chapter right now that Katakuri is the strongest individual there besides Big Mom, but PeroSpero has been pulling the most weight this entire arc, hands down, no doubt about it, straight up. But speaking of Katakuri, we get a little bit of the fight between him and Luffy. You know what I'm saying? Luffy tried to hit one of the Hawk Stomp. He dodged that shit. You know what I'm saying? Luffy hit him. Hold up. This one thing I want to point out. When Luffy was doing his Gatling, fucking PeroSpero, no, Katakuri. When Luffy was doing his Gatling, Katakuri, he blocked all his punches, but instead of doing like with both his arm and just matching his punches, he made the amount of arms for Luffy's punches. So like instead of him just using two arms, he used like fucking 100. How many punches that Luffy has been doing, and he was like, Luffy, yo, this is more efficient. Straight up. and that leads me to believe that I don't think Katakuri is faster than Luffy. I don't think so. I think Luffy is faster, but we know that Katakuri has some OP observation hockey to where he can see the future. So basically, his reaction speed is going to be way above Luffy's, which is going to allow him to keep up with Luffy's speed. That's just me. I know there's going to be some people who disagree with that, but I really don't give a fuck. But anyway, so yeah, I don't think that the Katakuri is necessarily faster than Luffy. Now, as far as strength wise, it was displayed that Katakuri was stronger than him, which makes sense because you're seeing where Luffy did his gear third punch, his giant elephant gun, and Katakuri was like, power next. So he did his own elephant gun and matched Luffy's. Matter of fact, outclassed Luffy. And it makes a whole lot of sense because if you think about it, the fundamentals behind gear third is that Luffy blows air into his bones, which increases the surface area of his bones. Even though they're rubber, they're still bones, so they're hard, So it increases the surface area, therefore giving it more potent force. But the way I'm understanding with Katakuri is that he just adds more mochi to his fist instead of air. So thereby, by default, it should be more dense, have more mass, so it'll have more power. So that's why I believe that his gear third will outclass Luffy's gear third. Anyway, so I really don't know how this fight is gonna go. Well, I got a good idea. It's gonna showcase Katakuri, being stronger than Luffy at the moment. Luffy gonna get beat up, but we all know that Luffy is a battle genius, straight up battle genius. So he's gonna learn from this fight, most definitely. And speaking of learning, like, I know we've been having this argument about the 6 arms. When he did the Kong organ against Cracker, and how everybody thinks he has 6 arms. I don't necessarily agree with it because the story, we have more evidence. My bad. We have more evidence backing up the fact that it might be 2 arms than 6 arms. So I don't necessarily believe it. But if he learns from this fight, like I think he will, he might actually learn how to make more arms on the fly, which would make a little bit more sense, give us a little bit more exposition as to how he was able to do it in the first place, if that indeed was 6 arms when he was fighting Cracker. But anyway, my main guess right now as to how he might be able to beat Katakuri is the fact that we got to see how effective Gear 4 would be against Katakuri. And if Gear 4 is effective against Katakuri, I think that'd be the way to beat him, because as we know right now, Gear 4 has 2 forms that we know of so far, which is Bounce Man, which is the hyper offensive form, and then there's Tank Man, who is the hyper defensive form. So I feel like if Luffy can manage to like interchange between his forms while he's fighting, even with some newer forms that we may not have seen yet, I feel like that might can give him the edge over Katakuri, because we know that Katakuri can see the future or whatever. So I feel like that's a great strength, but it also can be a weakness, as we've seen plenty of times. Just like when he was trying to throw the jelly bean at Sanji, but Sanji dodged it, because like he can see the future, but the minute he acts on it, it can change. So say for instance, if Luffy's in Gear 4 and Katakuri throws a punch at him, and while he's in Bounce Man, he changes to Tank Man, like right at the moment, and bounces it back. Or Katakuri sees that he's about to change form, and then he pulls his punch. But instead of Luffy changing forms, he just stays regular Bounce Man and hit him in the fucking face. So I feel like that may be one aspect, that may be one way that Luffy can deal with Katakuri. But other than that, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just excited to see this fight, because if you guys don't know, I don't really fool with too much like Whole Cake Island. I don't really like this art. The art has not been good to me. But predictions for next chapter. This is what I think they're gonna pull away from the fight. I think they're gonna pull away from the fight for a little bit, and they're gonna focus on the people on the ship and what's currently going on right now. And y'all know me, I keep praying for the Vince Smokes to come back. I keep praying for them to come back. So him saying the perfect opportunity for them to come back would be this upcoming naval battle. We need it. I need it. Fuck everybody else. I need it. Straight up. So if Big Mom catches up to the signing and then all her ships and stuff that she have placed around Thailand converge on them, I can see the Vince Smoke snail boats coming through and dropping some nukes. You already know how I feel about that. But that's pretty much my only predictions for next chapter. That's what I want to see anyway. But that's all I got for y'all right now. I might be doing a stream later on today, and I think I might hop on Dustin's stream if he wants to if he's gonna do a stream today. He says he's gonna do one earlier, so I might be up in there. Dustin reacts, and that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. So like and comment all that shit at the bottom. The Sauce God is out.